The myth of Icarus. Once upon a time, in an era when humans dreamed of soaring through the skies, there lived a boy named Icarus. Icarus was a curious and adventurous young boy. His father, Daedalus, was the greatest inventor in the world, a man capable of creating anything. Daedalus and Icarus lived in the palace on the island of Crete. But one day, Daedalus was imprisoned in a tall tower by the king's orders. Every day, Icarus would sit with his father at the top of the tower, gazing out at the vast sea, wondering how they could escape. The way down was too dangerous, and there seemed to be no way to return to the land. Icarus often thought about how wonderful it would be if they could fly away from the tower and leave the island behind. One day, Icarus asked his father, "Father, if we could fly, could we escape from here?" Daedalus, deep in thought, looked up at the sky and suddenly had an idea. A smile spread across his face as he replied, "Yes, if we could fly, we could escape from here. I'll make you a pair of special wings." Icarus's heart raced with excitement. At the thought of his father creating wings, he believed that Daedalus could turn his dream of flying into reality. Daedalus immediately began working on the wings. He collected feathers that had fallen from birds and carefully attached them together using wax. The wings grew larger and larger, and finally, two magnificent pairs of wings were complete. On the day the wings were finished, Icarus could barely contain his excitement as he watched his father. Daedalus handed the wings to his son and gave him a serious warning. "Icarus, these wings are held together by wax. So, if you fly too close to the sun, the wax will melt. And if you fly too close to the sea, the wings might get wet and become too heavy to fly. You must stay at the safe height." Icarus listened intently and nodded. "I understand, father. I'll fly safely." Finally, the day of their escape arrived. Daedalus and Icarus made their final preparations at the top of the tower, fastening the wings securely to their bodies. The wind was gentle, and the sky was clear and blue. Daedalus smiled warmly at his son and asked, "Are you ready, my son?" "Yes, father. I've always wanted to fly," Icarus replied, his voice full of excitement. Together, they spread their wings and soared into the sky. At first, it was a bit awkward, but soon they became accustomed to the movements, and Icarus felt his heart swell with joy. He was flying, truly flying like a bird, free and unbound. As they flew higher, the tower below grew smaller, and the sea stretched out like a vast blue carpet. Icarus laughed with glee as he flew. "Father, this is incredible. We're as free as birds. I can't believe we've come this far." But as he flew, Icarus began to crave the thrill of going higher. Lost in the joy of flight, he felt an overwhelming urge to fly closer to the sun. "Father, I want to fly higher. I want to feel the warmth of the sun up close." Without waiting for a response, Icarus began to ascend even higher. Daedalus, noticing his son climbing too high, shouted in alarm, "Icarus, don't fly too high. Your wings will melt." But Icarus ignored his father's warning and continued his ascent toward the sun. As the sun's heat grew stronger, the wax holding the wings together began to melt. Icarus felt the feathers slipping away, one by one. Realizing the danger too late, he panicked, but it was already too late. The wings disintegrated completely, and Icarus plummeted from the sky. falling rapidly toward the sea. Icarus cried out desperately for his father, but Daedalus could not reach him in time. Icarus crashed into the sea and was swallowed by the waves. Miraculously, however, the ocean carried him to shore and he survived. Gasping for breath, he lay on the beach, reflecting on his mistake. Icarus gazed up at the sky and sighed deeply. I should have listened to my father. When Daedalus found Icarus on the beach, he rushed to his side and embraced him warmly. Icarus, the important thing is that you've learned from this. I'm just glad you're alive. Tears welled up in Icarus' eyes as he clung to his father. Father, I was too greedy. I wanted to go higher, and I ignored your warning. Daedalus gently stroked his son's hair and spoke softly. Icarus, we all make mistakes, but we grow by learning from them. Let this be a lesson to be more cautious in the future. From that day on, Icarus didn't give up on his dream of flying, but resolved to pursue his adventures with greater care and wisdom. He and his father continued to invent together, always seeking safer ways to achieve their goals. The story of Icarus serves as a powerful reminder that while dreams are important, so too are caution and humility in the pursuit of those dreams.